Yo, let's do this.
Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to seven, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
We're going to have some big numbers in here today. I can just feel it. It's Monday morning. What's up, everybody? Oh, my phone's popping. I got noises everywhere. Hey, today is Monday, February 18, 2019. That's right. Today is Monday, February 18, 2019. And what's crazy is today is the very first and very last time it will ever be Monday, February 18th, 2019. I think I said 18, 2019. So we need to make sure we make the absolute most. I mean the absolute most of this spectacular day. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's 34 degrees outside today, and it doesn't plan on getting much warmer. I think I got a high of 36 is what's looking at the calendar. But I am so thankful anyway. I am just so thankful to be alive. I am so thankful to have heat to be in my studio, and especially thankful to be here with you this morning on hashtag Rise and Grind. I don't know what it is, but I'm addicted to you. I just absolutely adore you. So as the weekend goes by, I miss you. I do. I really, really do. I miss you over the weekend. So come Monday morning, it's like pa-pow, pa-pow, pa-pow. And I just noticed that a bunch of people are popping in here and they're saying happy birthday to Mr. Don Sankey. So I didn't know because regretfully, I don't get on, not regretfully, but I don't have time to hop on social media yet in the mornings before my show. I got to prepare for the show. So with that said, happy birthday, Don Sankey, the dude. And when I say the dude, I mean he is absolutely the dude. So anyways, today I have a killer show for you today. I have a show of triumph for you today. I have a show of sheer will and determination. I have a show of truth that will help impact lives worldwide. I have a show that, if heard around the world, will make a massive impact on this planet. And the best part is we're going to try to pack all of that into a nice, tight 20 minutes. So with that said, no longer can I delay, but this is the part of the show where you and we're going to dance, folks. Let's dance. Ooh. How about that? How does that sound this morning? That sounds great this morning. Friends and family members, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button because I believe if we could change the way people start their day, we can make a massive impact on this planet. And sometimes all it takes to change the way somebody starts their day is for you to hit that share button. It could be a life changer. So go ahead and do that, whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay. It's also the part of the show where I'm going to say good morning to you, and you're going to say good morning to me. Again, if you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll go back and say hi. Good morning, Vicki Everett. What's up, Archie? How you doing, Naomi Bussinger and Dave Clayton? What's up, Kei, K-E-I, Keaton? I want to make sure to get that one right. What's up, John Allen? How are you, sir? What's up, Whitney Wells and Janelle Griego? Mr. Anthony Santangelo and Faye Giles? What's up, Mike Stevens? Gail B. Craft's up in here this morning. Of course, Casey Rossiter. Of course, you got my man Josh. Aaron Jones is up in here today. Lindsay is up in here today. And Trendy Trenda, of course, she's up in here. Richard Pintrick and Elizabeth Cohen. I love it. How's everybody doing? You guys feeling it? Sandra Benstock's up in here. You guys feeling it this morning? What's up, Scott Simons? What's up, Liza Myers Borges? My man Tom. Oh, kill the music. Kill the music. Kill it. Tom Sizemore. What's up, dude? I don't want any distractions on that one. I want to make sure you hear from me, my dog, Tom Sizemore. I'm so glad you're up in here this morning, man. We got to get together and have lunch or something soon. We need to make that happen. What's up, Scott Holbert? Anthony Algona. I love when Anthony Algona pops up. I know he is a busy man, so when he takes time to pop into my show, it means a lot to me. All of you guys, it means a lot to me, but I just know Algona's always on the move. Josh O said, "Hi, Glenn. Nice to see you this morning." Hey, what do you say? Nice to see you this morning. Happy birthday to you and everyone else, even if it's not anyone else's birthday. Josh O, you are crazy, dude. Check it out, man. I had an amazing weekend with my family. I mean, absolutely amazing weekend with my family. Savannah had her basketball game, dude. And I got to tell you, my wife is a beast, man. Savannah's basketball game, Savannah she played right at like 3 minutes, 20 seconds. She played the whole game. She played 3 minutes, 20 seconds. And I was kind of upset because, like, they're in the smaller leagues. And, yes, we like it to be competitive. But at the same time, like, the kids are required to get a full quarter of play, every game, right? What's up, AJ Anderson? The kids are required to get a full quarter of play every game, and so she only got 3.5 minutes. I was upset about it, and I'm like, man, after the game, I'm like, honey, you want me to say something to the coach? Because I could tell my wife was like disappointed and upset too. I'm like, you want me to say something to the coach? And my wife was like, say something to the coach for what? I'm like, well, she's supposed to get at least 8 minutes of playing time. My wife's like, dude, she was sitting over there on the bench yawning. She didn't even engage when her teammates came over to the side. She wasn't cheering for her teammates. When she was on the court, she was barely, she was giving minimal effort. My wife's like, you ain't need to say something to the coach. What you need to do is say something to your daughter. That's what needs to happen. You need to say something to your daughter about the energy and the effort that she's putting out there on the court. Now, in her defense, in my daughter's defense, it's probably our fault. We let her have a sleepover the night before with her friend, and she stayed up late and all that good stuff and wasn't prepared for the game. But I just thought, man, my wife don't play. My wife does not play. And my wife and I got to spend a lot of time together this weekend. It was really... it was just phenomenal, the time that her and I got to spend, and then time together as a family. My son, Joel, he had his basketball game as well and killed it, dude. He is just developing week after week after week. See, the difference between Joel and Savannah is naturally gifted at most things. They come pretty easy to her. My son is not naturally gifted at most things. He has to work really, really, really hard for everything. And so he has this incredible work ethic, and it shows. It pays off. So yesterday, he had a great game, 6 points, couple steals. His defense was absolutely tenacious, and I think he had 8 or 9 rebounds, and he's like the smallest dude on the court. He just out-hustles everybody. So it was fun watching Joel play basketball. We also invaded my mom's house. I just called my mom. I'm like, hey, Mom, is it cool if we come over and Everett makes us dinner, right? So I just volunteered my stepdad to make us dinner, and we went over to my mom's house, and we just invaded, which anytime the Lundys show up, it's an invasion, okay, because we got babies everywhere. And so we showed up, and Grandma and Grandpa kind of kicked in, and they made dinner, and they played with the kids, and they did all of that stuff. And my wife and I, we, we're playing rummy on the counter, just the two of us. So shout out to Grandma and Grandpa for creating an awesome situation so that my wife and I could do something that felt normal, right? Like, it was just her and I sitting at a table playing rummy. And for most of you guys, you're probably like, that's no big deal. That sounds like a boring weekend. But I got to tell you, it was one of the highlights of the weekend, being able to just sit in normalcy. So thank you so much, Grandma and Grandpa, for that. My wife and I also ended up coming home, grabbing a deck of cards, and her and I played spades until about 11:30 last night, just in the bed, two-handed spades. It was awesome. So, her and I are really, my family is really starting to settle in to this new routine. Daddy being home a little bit more, spending more time together. We're really starting to settle in to that. And so we really could feel it this weekend. My wife and I talked a lot about the business and the future and what that looks like. And we could just really feel it for this weekend. It was just absolutely amazing. I hope you had a good weekend. One of the other highlights of this weekend was church. So I went to church. I go to Southland Christian Church. It's an incredible church. If you ever want to join me out there, you should. It's just an incredible place. But the service there was incredible because he talked yesterday. He talked about how important hope is in people's life. He talked about how hope matters. And it's interesting because I'd kind of been seeing it all week. And then I saw it even more this weekend. But he talked about like the number one reason people kill themselves, the number one factor feeding into suicide is a lack of hope. Number one, it's a lack of hope. It's not about being broke, or it's not about crimes or loss of loved ones or any of those things. Don't get me wrong. All those factors could factor in. But the number one reason people kill themselves is they lack hope. And I remember as he was talking about that, he was talking about suicide, and he shared some stories of a guy who was, was a drug addict and lost all hope. He had hit rock bottom and thought about killing himself. And as he's sharing these stories and talking about this lack of hope, it really resonated with me because I remember exactly what it feels like. I remember exactly what it feels like to have no hope. Let me show you a picture real quick. I think she's in here watching this morning. All right, this is one of our Rise and Grind members, Miss Naomi Bussinger. Now, here's the thing about Miss Naomi, man. And she shared some pictures with me yesterday, and then she went ahead and shared this stuff on social media, so I felt like it was okay if she was putting it out there. I guess I could put it out there, right? Isn't that how that works? So this is Naomi in her days where she was, as you can see the word in the top left, it says oppression, and in the bottom right, it says freedom. And see, here's the thing. When I met Naomi in her freedom phase. I met Naomi at Hustle and Grind Con, and I got to tell you, this girl Naomi, she is one powerful soul. She is an extremely powerful human being. From the moment you meet her, she has this energy about her, this aura about her. She lifts you up. She encourages you. She's electric. She literally is electric. It exudes from her being, from her existence. The energy radiates off of her. She's super funny, she's witty, she's highly intelligent, and she walks with a certain confidence about her. And so when I met Naomi, I was just impressed with her. Straight out the gate, I was just absolutely impressed with her, and I didn't know this about her. Because see, the Naomi I met looked more like the Naomi in the bottom right corner. She didn't look anything like the Naomi you see in these other pictures, which let me pull that one up like that, because I think that shows the that shows the best contrast. I think there we go. The best contrast between the two. So when I met Naomi, I didn't know she had this battle with her weight, and I didn't know this side of her. And now that I do know this side of her, it's just, it moves me. It moves me. And the words that she chose to use on this post, oppression versus freedom, those words really ring out. They ring out with me. To me, they fall right in line with no hope and hope, right? No hope versus hope. You see, it takes extreme amounts of hope. You have to be able to see a better version of yourself. You have to be able to see the best version of yourself. You have to have hope that you can one day get there in order to have that sort of transformation. Now, see, for you, your transformation might not be physical. Naomi's is very easy to see. It's very easy to see her transformation from when she was very heavy and oppressed and hopeless to where she is now, right? It's very easy to see that physically, but sometimes that transformation is something that is required internally, something that we have to work on the inside. Some of us don't have physical challenges. We don't have to worry about that. I shouldn't say don't have to worry about physical. We always have to worry about physical, but you know what I mean. That's not our biggest struggle. That's not our biggest challenge, but yet we still have no hope. And we all need to have a transformation on the inside. We have to have a transformation mentally in order to create the transformations that we hope to have on the outside. to where we become absolutely unrecognizable, like my good friend Naomi. She's become unrecognizable. The person that you see on the left in this picture is not the person that exists on the right. When you meet Naomi, and hopefully, I'm not sure if she's going to be at Hustle and Grind Con. Actually, I think she is. When you meet Naomi at Hustle and Grind Con in April, you'll understand what I mean. She is transformed, not just physically, but she's transformed on all levels, and she's now currently making a massive impact on this planet, living in freedom, and I want that for you too. There's another group member, this guy right here, Aaron Jones, on the right. There's his wife, Melissa Jones, and his beautiful babies that apparently two of them refuse to sleep at all times. But you got, yeah, she is a speaker. That's right. Naomi is speaking at Hustle and Grind Con, so you'll learn more about her there. Dave handles that stuff, so don't, just bear with me. This is Aaron Jones and Melissa Jones. Now, Aaron Jones spent a large segment of his life addicted to drugs, addicted to pills. As a matter of fact, when I first moved to Kentucky, I used to do pills with Aaron. I never really had a big pill addiction. It was other drugs of choice that I liked. But Aaron spent a big part of his life on pills. And it ruined a lot of things. Ruined a lot of his relationships. As a matter of fact, Aaron, my man Aaron Jones right here, he was the first person I ever met in Kentucky. You guys, we all have him to thank for me being here. But as a matter of fact, my man Aaron Jones, in his young age, has seen many of his friends die with needles in their arms. That was the circle that he ran in, and it was a circle of hopelessness. It was a circle where these young men felt they had nowhere to turn other than to get high. They felt like there was nothing else to hope for. They were just looking for the next fix, to the point where, like I said, many of them stuck needles in their arms and no longer on this planet. But not my man Aaron. You see, my man Aaron, after watching enough of his friends die and losing his relationships and reaching the point of hopelessness, my man Aaron really dove in, and he did the things that were hard and lived in a sober living house for years. And he did some things that were really hard to get himself out of that place. And he began to learn and understand the spiritual side of himself a little bit better. And as he did, he was working for a guy named Ernie. And see, Aaron's always been blessed with the ability to use his hands to create things. He does amazing things in construction, and always has. And he worked for a guy named Ernie that loved him unconditionally. And he would be told, as he was working with Ernie and maybe not making the money that he thought he should make or should have made, or other people didn't think he should have, or he should have thought he was going to make more. Aaron just hung in there with sheer will and determination. Aaron hung in there, and he learned everything that he could from Ernie. I mean, I would call him, my wife would call him, he'd come over, and Aaron made this right here, which is, it's kind of hard to see on here, but Aaron made this. This is a built-in, some bookshelves and cabinets that are downstairs. It's got a little bench here, a little window seat, and Aaron made this. This is, you've probably seen this sometimes in some pictures. This is in our schoolroom. This is what Aaron's made. You know, he came in, he builds all this stuff from scratch. Anytime we have anything that we need custom made, Aaron does it. And what's crazy is he stayed in there with Ernie, and just recently Ernie stepped away, and Aaron now owns the business. He took over the whole book of business. He's called it his own. I'm actually wearing his shirt right now. It's Made Construction, which stands for Mason, Aaron, Dawson, and Emerson, which is Aaron's obviously the A. Mason, Dawson, and Emerson are his three boys. And so he now owns his own company, and he's going around and he's doing all this custom incredible work. You should follow him on Facebook. He posts different things of all this custom different work that he does. But he's been able to turn it around and go from a place of hopelessness to where now he's incredible hopeful. He's providing for his family, and they're looking forward to the future. And They're coming out to church on Sundays, and they're just pouring into their kids in different ways. And he's doing all of these different things. He's continuing to grow. And don't get me wrong, it's not all roses and butterflies. It's not always perfect, but he has hope for a bright future for him and his family. I have hope for a bright future for him and his family. And it's just incredible to see the transformation in the guy that I knew and the guy that I know today. Before, he was oppressed, as Naomi says, and now he's free. And now he's free. Sheer will and determination to get in there and make it happen. Listen, friends, I got to tell you this morning, I'm going to speak truth into you. I told you that we would speak truth today, and I'm going to speak truth into you. A life without hope is not a life. A life without hope is a slow, excruciating death. That's all it is. That's all it is. And here's the cold, hard truth that every single one of you must hear this morning. You got to listen to me. If you only have hope in earthly things, they will one day fade away. And you will lose all hope. And you will die a slow, excruciating death. In order for you to live your best life, you must pour your hope into God. He and He alone is eternal. Listen, my show will be gone one day. Okay? This routine, this morning routine, this habit that you've created of coming on here at 5:30 a.m., listening to Glenn Lundy, following Glenn Lundy, listening to Eric Thomas, listening to Les Browns, that routine that you've created, it's going to go away one day. My show will not be here one day, right? We're already, this is episode, I believe, 287, if you can believe it. This is our 287th episode of Hashtag Rise and Grind, and I hope there's thousands more. My hope is that we are able and have the opportunity to do thousands more shows just like this. I do. I hope for that. And I hope that you'll come join me for every single one of them. But I'm here to tell you that one day it'll go away. One day it'll go away, and there will be no more Rise and Grind at 5:30 in the morning. And so you see, the reason that I'm sharing this with you is I don't want you to put your hope into me. I want you to join me as I'm here. I want us to grow together, but I want you to put your hope into your eternity, your eternal hope. I want you to put your hope into God. Because God is what really matters. You see, it's your money, your home. You can put your hope into your dreams, your visions, your jets that you want to fly, your dream jobs, your hopes for your spouse. You can put hope into all of these earthly things. You can put hope into earthly things, but you're not going to transform into the best version of yourself until you can pour your hope into the only eternal thing, the only thing that exists eternally, forever and ever and ever, which is God. That's it. And I know some of you in this group, I'm not like trying to hammer you. If you don't believe, that's okay. I want you to still come back. You're still welcome here. If you struggle with your spirituality, that's okay. I want you to know that I struggle with it too. Everyone in this group struggles with it. Spirituality is a hard thing to tackle. It's a hard thing to grasp. It's a hard thing to get your hands on. Faith and hope is not the easiest thing in the world because it's not necessarily tangible. You can't just write it down like, boom, touch it, feel it. Oh, okay, great. Like you can't say, hey, God, do this for me right this second, right now, so that I know that you're real. You can't do those things. So I understand it's a struggle. It's a battle every day. And people go like this. We have times where our faith is strong and our faith is high. And there's times where our faith is not so strong and it's not so high. We all go through these seasons. So I'm here to tell you, if you don't believe, I understand. I get it. I'm not telling you have to believe what I believe immediately overnight. And you don't belong here if you don't. What I'm telling you is you have to start to understand and learn and train and on how to put your hope into things that matter for eternity. If you want to transform in this existence, if you want to transform into the best version of you that you can possibly be, you must have hope in things eternal. Look, man, it's hard, and I get it. Morning routine, okay, do the 5 things. Okay, I just need you to do this, and that. That's easy, right? That's easy. Working out. Okay, I gotta lift these weights. I gotta do this routine. I can take care of the physical. It's easy. It's easy. But becoming and understanding that you are a spiritual being, that's one that we tend to like just glaze over, right? We're like, okay, I can dig into my morning routine. I know I can not hit the snooze button. I can send encouraging messages out to people. I can do gratitude and goals. That's all physical and it's easy. I can go to the gym. I can run a mile. I can put it down, running with the McLeans, and I can keep track of how many miles I'm going. That's all easy. But I want you to start studying your eternity. I want you to start putting a little bit of time, effort, and energy into that third part, mind, body, and spirit. I need you to start pouring into the things that matter most, the thing that gives you hope for eternity. Because, see, you have to understand something. You are a child of God, uniquely made by the God of the universe to be the absolute best version of you that you can possibly be. And that transformation into the best version of you that you can possibly be requires three parts. It requires a mental transformation, a physical transformation, and a spiritual transformation. It requires all three. You must have hope in things that aren't earthly. And so thank you this morning for just being here with me this morning. It means the world to me that you would take time out of your lives, out of your mornings, out of your routines to share with me. That means so very much to me. Like it's just made a massive impact in my life. All of your comments, all of your posts, all the different things that you do, they've made a massive impact in my life. And I know it's making an impact in your friends' lives and your family members' lives and your coworkers and everyone around you. And so I, for one, absolutely love you for that. If nobody's told you that yet this morning, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. So thank you guys. Check this out, man. I got this when I was speaking up there at Carter Myers. Saw some water bottle. I look like a NASCAR today, right? I got my Carter Myers, my little Carter Myers bio. I got my Made construction shirt. These are just people that I believe in, man. The Carter Myers Automotive Group is incredible. It's incredible people. And I love them. I love what they stand for. Aaron Jones is an incredible human being. He's been sober for a long time now. He helps other people kind of find the path. He works his butt off, and he does incredible work, man. The dude just does incredible work. So I can put his shirt on, Made Construction, and endorse my man because he's changed my life drastically, and I love him for it. So anyways, if you need more videos like this, go to GlennLundy.com. If you I'm supposed to do a giveaway, I'll do that tomorrow. If you need more videos, go to GlennLundy.com. If you need some Rise and Grind gear, go to GlennLundy.com. And also do me a favor, would you? If you would, please come back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do this all over again on the show that you know.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. Hashtag rise and grind, hashtag rise and grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation, hashtag rise and grind. Hashtag rise and grind, grind, 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 grind. Hashtag rise and grind. First thing on my mind, early in the morning time. Daily motivation, feeling so divine. Waking up the nation, hashtag rise and grind. Hashtag rise and grind. Don't stop, get it, hashtag rise and grind. Don't stop, get it, waking up the nation, hashtag rise and grind. Waking up the nation, hashtag rise and grind. Good morning. On my feet before the sunrise, stepped into my greatness, feeling powerful and energized. Thankful to be alive. Hashtag Hashtag blessed, write my mission, vision, values, and my gratitude list. I'm building up momentum, I'm making good decisions. I rise, I grind, I get it, ain't no doubt that I'm committed. Cause who really loses if I don't win? Can't cheat the grind, only get what you put in. So I'm mastering my mentals, I'm focused on my physical. I'm developing spiritually and manifesting miracles. I'm gonna get it started, have a party in the morning, and I'ma wake the world. It's so alarming. I